Sliding into the spotlight is the 1969 Washington quarter, a coin minted at the height of America's moon landing era and the tail end of groovy 60s pop culture. At first glance, it shares the familiar portrait of our nation's first president and that classic eagle. But look closer, and you'll find a story woven into its metal that still captivates collectors today. The 1969 quarter was struck exclusively in clad copper-nickel alloy, a departure from the silver issues that ended in 1964. Production resumed with mint marks in 1968, so the 1969 pieces bear either a small D for Denver or no mark for Philadelphia. Over 835 million Denver coins and 422 million from Philadelphia rolled off the presses, making them far from scarce in sheer numbers. But as we'll see, rarity lives in the details. Key identifying features begin with crispness of strike. In uncirculated examples, Washington's cheek and hair should show well-defined curls, and the eagle's wing feathers on the reverse must display clear separation without any merging or abrasion. Look for sharp rims, especially around the date and mint mark. On lesser pieces, those rims soften quickly, and the fields dull under circulation, so any quarter with vibrant luster still intact demands a closer look. Market value for a typical 1969 quarter in circulated condition is modest, rarely more than 50 cents above face value, since these clad coins aren't made of precious metals. Yet uncirculated mint state coins tell a different tale. An MS-63 specimen, showing light bag marks and good reflectivity, can bring $1 to $2. Push into MS-65 territory with strong eye appeal and only the faintest handling lines, and you're looking at $5 to $10. The real prize, though, lies in the top grades. MS-67 coins with near-perfect surfaces have sold in the neighborhood of $100 at specialty auctions, driven by collectors who prize perfection. Beyond standard mint state tiers, the 1969 quarter has spawned its share of intriguing anomalies. The most famous is a one-of-a-kind 1969 double-die obverse, an error where Washington's hair and the date appear shadowed or duplicated. It slipped into a proof set and only surfaced decades later, commanding a record-breaking sum north of six figures when it finally appeared in public sale. While that extreme example is out of reach for most, more accessible varieties include slight die cracks radiating from the rim near the motto, or filled die issues where recessed areas carry extra metal, softening detail. Such minor quirks can nudge a coin's value up 50% or more, depending on taste and rarity. Condition-driven value swings are dramatic. A heavily circulated 1969 quarter with smooth relief and no mint luster trades for about 30 cents to 50 cents. Step up to EF45 or negative 50 Australian dollars grades, where most details are intact but edges show brushing, and you might fetch $1. In the lower mint state tiers, MS60 to MS62, typical street prices hover between $2 and $4. From MS63 to MS65, coins become hot commodities, bringing $5 to $20. And above that, in MS66 and MS67, you enter the realm of premium pricing. Rare survivors in such near-perfect condition can command hundreds, as demand outpaces the tiny supply of flawless examples. Perhaps the most endearing aspect of the 1969 quarter is its connection to everyday life in an iconic year. Picture in Grandpa's toolbox, rattling around amidst old screws and dusty nails. Envision it in a child's piggy bank, saved from an allowance and perhaps forgotten, only to emerge decades later, gleaming enough to catch a collector's eye. That blend of widespread mintage and the thrill of discovery is why many hobbyists still enjoy quarter hunts, rolling through pocket change in hopes of snagging an MS65 or spotting an off-center strike. As we wrap up our journey, these three quarters, 1963, 1997, and 1969, offer a fascinating cross-section of American coinage, from the last silver issues to the launch of a nationwide collecting craze, and onward to the modern clad pieces that still surprise us decades later. Whether you're chasing pristine silver specimens, sorting through state-themed designs, or digging for elusive errors, each quarter tells a chapter of U.S. history and numismatic innovation. So next time you hear that familiar jingle in your pocket, take a moment. You just might be holding not only face value, but a small-time capsule waiting for a place in your collection. Moving from the silver-rich past of 1963, let's shift gears to a quarter that didn't just change hands in commerce. It sparked a nationwide collecting craze. In 1997, the United States Mint rolled out the first 5 designs of its ambitious 50-state quarters program, and suddenly ordinary pocket change became treasure for millions. These quarters weren't silver, but clad copper-nickel. Their value lay in the stories they told about America's states and the frenzy they ignited among collectors young and old. The origin of the 1997 quarters traces back to the mid-1990s, when legislators and hobbyists alike sought a way to boost public interest in numismatics. Congress approved a staggered release of 5 state designs each year from 1999 through 2008, but the Mint got a head start, issuing Delaware on January 27th, Pennsylvania on February 16th, New Jersey on March 1st, Georgia on March 25th, and Connecticut on April 11th of 1997. Each reverse design celebrated state history and symbols. Delaware's first state declaration and elegant cow, Pennsylvania's keystone and horses, New Jersey's horsehead, Georgia's peach blossom wreath, and Connecticut's ingenious flying A for its early airmail experiments. Suddenly, every pocket purse held the potential for a mini history lesson. At first glance, a 1997 quarter looks like any other post-1965 issue. Gleaming nickel-clad surfaces, minimal wear, and a small mint mark, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for the San Francisco proof coins. But insiders know to look for deeper stories. Error varieties can fetch surprising premiums. Double die obverse shows noticeable doubling on Washington's date or motto. Die cracks around the state design are prized by variety collectors, and occasionally off-center strikes or broad strikes slip through mint quality control. Proof coins, struck on polished planchets for collectors, bear an S and mirror finish fields. When certified in pristine par 70 condition, these can command $20 to $30 or more. Full rainbow toning on proof issues, as the metal subtly oxidizes in storage, can elevate value even further. Market values for common circulation minted 1997 state quarters remain modest. Among the most abundant modern U.S. coins ever released, they're often worth face value to 50 cents in circulated grades. Uncirculated mint state, MS 60 to MS 63, pieces trade for roughly $1 to $3 apiece, while MS 65 examples, those with full luster and minimal marks, sell around $5 to $10. Exceptional cameo or ultra cameo proofs can fetch $30 to $50, and certified error coins can climb into the hundreds, depending on rarity and eye appeal. Auction records show that a flawless 1997 Connecticut proof in deep cameo finish once hammered at $125, while a Philadelphia double-dyed Delaware quarter made nearly $200 at a specialty variety sale. Beyond numbers and grades, the 1,997 quarters carry stories of mass participation. Millions of Americans rushed to banks, commerce counters, and vending machines, filling folders and albums faster than retailers could restock. Kids traded them on playgrounds. Adults swapped rolls at coin shows. Dozens of special quarter hunts popped up nationwide, with prizes for the rarest finds. Local newspapers ran breathless columns tracking release dates, and TV news segments covered lines outside federal buildings and participating banks. The frenzy proved so successful that the program continued for years, injecting new life into a hobby that had been waning since the end of silver coinage in 1964. As the first fruits of the state quarters program, the 1997 releases marked a turning point. Coins once passed off as trivial change suddenly commanded attention and fueled a collective sense of discovery. Whether you're searching for error varieties in pocket change or tracking down proof sets online, these quarters offer a blend of history, artistry, and nostalgia. Next, We'll turn to a different kind of mid-century mystery, the 1969 Washington Quarter, and uncover how die varieties and mint anomalies turn a common issue into a collector's prize puzzle.